And now a trifle, a tidbit, a frivolity, a bauble, a bangle, a bead, for no reason whatsoever, and that is the best reason of all. A very short story from H. Munro, SAKI, Reginald's peace poem. I'm writing a poem on peace, said Reginald, emerging from a sweeping operation through a tin of biscuits in whose depths a macaroon or two might yet be lurking. Something of the kind seems to have been attempted already, said the other. Oh, I know, but I may never have the chance again. Besides, I've got a new fountain pen. I don't pretend to have gone on any very original lines. In writing about peace, the thing is to say what everybody else is saying, only to say it better. It begins with the usual ornithological emotion. When the widgeon westward winging heard the folk vereening, heard the shouting and the singing. Vereening is good, but why widgeon? Why not? Anything winging westward would naturally begin with a W. Need it wing westward? The bird must go somewhere. You wouldn't want it hanging around and looking foolish. Then I brought in something about the heedless hartebeest galloping over the deserted veldt. Of course, you know, it's practically extinct in those regions. I can't help that. It gallops so nicely. I made it have all sorts of unexpected yearnings. Mother, may I go and maffick, tear around and hinder traffic. Of course, you'll say there would be no traffic worth bothering about on the barren, sun-scorched veldt, but there's no other word that rhymes with maffick. Seraphic? Reginald considered. It might do, but I've got a lot about angels later on. Oh, you must have angels in a peace poem. I know dreadfully little about their habits. They can do unexpected things, like the hartebeest. Of course. Then I turn on London, the city of dreadful nocturnes, resonant with hymns of joy and thanksgiving, and the sleeper, I the unlidding, heard a voice forever bidding much farewell to Dolly Gray. Turning weary on his truckle bed, he heard a honeysuckle lauded in apiarian lay. Oh, Longfellow at his best wrote nothing like that. I agree with you. Oh, I wish you wouldn't. I've a sweet temper, but I can't stand being agreed with. And I'm so worried about the US Vogel. Reginald stared dimly at the biscuit tin, which now presented an unattractive array of rejected cracknels. I believe, he murmured, if I could find a woman with an unsatisfied craving for cracknels, I should marry her. What is the tragedy of the US Vogel? Asked the other sympathetically. Oh, simply that there's no rhyme for it. I thought about it all the time I was dressing. It's dreadfully bad for one to think about whilst dressing, and all lunchtime, and I'm still hung up over it. I feel like those unfortunate automobilists who achieve the unenviable notoriety by coming to a hopeless stop with their cars in the most crowded of thoroughfares. I'm afraid I shall have to drop the US Vogel. And it did give such a lovely local colour to the thing. Still, you've got the heedless hartebeest and quite a decorative bit of moral admonition. When you've worried the meaning out, cease, war, thy bidding madness that wine shares, and bid thy legions turn their swords to mine shares. Mine shares seem to fit better than ploughshares. There's lots more about the blessings of peace. Shall I go on reading it? If I must make a choice, I think I would rather they went on with the war. Reginald's Peace Poem by H. Munro. SAKI. See you tomorrow.